If you have virgin ears, you might as well just turn it off right now because you're not going to like this video. This is Crack Your Bible, the channel that is devoted to fighting bad theology. I'm sure that if you've ever been to a church in the United States, you know just how difficult it is to find a good church. And it's that way for me too. I live in Las Vegas. I've been a Christian almost my entire life, and I am so tired of the weak and whiny and pathetic sermons that are coming out of the Christian church today. Like, oh, I'm married to Jesus. Oh, I'm going on a date with Jesus tonight. I'm staying in to have a date with Jesus. Ugh. Shekinah is all about you realizing your true potential, you living your best life. It's like, am I reading something about the Talmud and the Shekinah, or is this like a Joel Osteen book cover? I don't even know. But what would Jesus do? What would Jesus? Well, Jesus, number one, would beat you out of the temple. I've heard pastors, oh, Abram's being such a great father to Lot, and Lot's just ready to leave the nest, and this is so great. No, this isn't great. It makes you think, what is this trash? This is not the same gospel where people who were pagans were falling down and worshiping the apostles like they were gods. No, this is a bunch of trash. This is a bunch of weak garbage that is straight from the mouth of Satan, and it is keeping people away from knowing Jesus Christ. We'll sometimes say, oh, Jesus didn't drink alcohol, Jesus didn't drink wine. Wrong. He didn't really have to struggle with sin or temptation. No. All of this comes out of Gnosticism. It's all trash. Just like Jesus allowed Epithrepo, the demons, to go into the herd of pigs, and then they ran off a cliff, Paul, Epithrepo, he's not permitting this woman to speak. Too often we have Christians that are obsessed with what you wear and how you speak and all this other garbage, and instead of preaching the gospel boldly, they instead trip people up with heavy burdens of man-made rules. And what sort of sex acts are actually allowed in Christianity? Because so many people are like, oh, that's a sin, that's a sin, that's a sin. If it's not just a sheet with a hole cut in it, it's a sin. And this goes across translation, so all y'all KJV only people, like, y'all don't have a leg to stand on either. In different cities, and they reject him. He dusts off his shoes just like Jesus said to do, and that is offensive. It is extremely vulgar, and it is profane, and it is right. And people are going to be more offended when they find out, hey, this isn't the gospel, and they end up in hell when they were expecting to spend eternity with Jesus, than they are going to be offended by my presentation of the gospel.
If you have this Bible on your shelf, don't just throw it away. I want you to burn it.
People are sitting there oohing and awing, even though she just said that she's basically made all of this stuff up. This is as scientific as the sketches for Avatar. But if that's you, if you're like, I'm so tired of people like, hey bro, welcome to church, and I hope you're not very judgmental. If you're tired of that, if you're ready to hear what the Bible actually preaches and about how people in the Bible were just like you, they're not all bad, they're not all good, they're just normal human people with sinful natures. And if you want to see how God worked through their lives, stay tuned.
Like, I don't know, like, I'm not my brother's keeper. This is where God is like, judgment time.
Like a drug dealer with an undercover cop, like, you're not a cop, right? All of a sudden, Judah's just like, I guess we're gonna hold off on that, whore burning today. If you want to see what the Bible has to say about things that are going on in your life right now, subscribe. It does not matter how bad it is. When God gives you a promise, best believe you can take that to the bank, because he is always true to his word. If he gives you a promise, he will deliver. Women actually had a reason to not hoe it up, because they knew it wasn't in their best interest to prostitute themselves, go out looking for love in the club. If you want to know what Jesus has to say about this topic, topic or that topic and you want to know about politics and how it affects the world today and end time signs, make sure you hit the bell. Ronald Reagan, his wife Nancy, was holding seances in the White House. Christian leaders don't have seances in the White House, okay? They just don't.
Las Vegas 2017 eclipse coverage right now. Look at this weather right here. Look at that eclipse.
Because Satan and YouTube and Google, they don't want you to know the gospel. We are living in trying times that Jesus himself spoke about, and we don't have time to sit on the gospel. We don't have time for the weak and watered down gospel. No, we have a full history of strong men and women who stood up for the truth of the gospel and spoke boldly the words of God. And it is time that we push away all the man-made garbage and all of the stupid rules and get real with people. And that's why I started Crack Your Bible. I hope you will join the family and come along with us on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as we go through the Bible, learning what the Bible actually has to say. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, learning all about holidays, learning about the politics of the Bible, learning about God's revelations and what he has to say for your life. This isn't another don't judge, live your best life sermon. Nah, this is the real stuff that changed the world forever. Join us on Crack Your Bible. Make sure you hit subscribe with the bell, with the parentheses, and I'll see you later. Bye.